So everyone, welcome to this week's episode, and here's my family. You've already met my mom, my brother, but this time we actually have my dad here. But what should we talk about? Do you have any good stories? Why don't you guys tell them how you guys fell in love?
Oh, God.
I went to my buddy's graduation, St. Pat's 1987. And, of course, I had that surfer hairdo that I don't have anymore. Sitting up on the balcony, was watching everything, and I saw this one girl down there. I was like, oh, my Lord, I need to run into that. I found out later, after going to my mom's company picnic, that I ran into her again. I didn't know who she was at the time, but because of the relationship she had with some people that I knew, two and two together, figured out that her cousin was at St. Patrick's with my buddy. That's why she was there. So I went out of my way to get the phone number, and
Who was she?
it was your sister. I know. Tried. But here's the point. Here's the important, critical part of this whole thing. When I called and her sister she was already dating somebody else and she wasn't really interested in me. This one just got back from the Philippines and she said, and I heard it verbatim.
Stop.
This is exactly what she said. She goes, oh, who's that? Damn, he's fine. Uh-huh.
Whatever.
That's all it took. That's all it took.
Whatever. Oh my
And that was that.
Why don't you tell the viewers, like, how Grandma and Grandpa actually came here?
Oh, well, my mom, she first came to the United States, and originally we were supposed to be living in Hawaii. So what happened was she lived with my aunt, which is her first cousin, and they took her in, and so they all decided to come to the States. Eventually they landed in Oakland, and in Oakland my aunt had a friend of theirs, and they owned their own house. So they took my aunt, her husband, and 4 of my aunt's kids, and my mom. And then a year later, I came, my sister Bernie came, and my dad came, and we all lived in that house. And in that house only had two rooms, I believe. One room, there would be like maybe about 6, and then the other room would be 4, and we would be in the living room, and that's 4. Yeah, it was crazy. And then eventually we would branch off, and my parents would have better jobs, and so we moved out and bought our own home, and that's how we all started.
Growing up in 2 different households was super interesting because we learned that customs are different depending on your ethnicity. I call him Neil.
Because
I'm older. I'm the oldest.
I have to call her Manang, which basically is respectful for older sister or
older individual.
And that particular title is based on a dialect in the Philippines, which is Ilocano.
Something that is interesting is that when my mom came from the Philippines, Grandma and Grandpa wanted to Americanize so much that actually her and her sisters don't use the title of respect. They call each other by their first names like Americans would.
Yeah.
What would Tazz be called if she was a boy?
Manong. Manong would be
If Neil was older,
yeah.
then
She would call him
Manong.
Manong. That is a title for the male, elder male. Food is really important in the Asian culture.
It's the one thing that brings everybody together.
Exactly.
From my understanding from the Filipino side of things, they don't have a lot to begin with. You have to really treasure what you have. So giving what is so important is one of those things that they don't take it lightly.
Yeah.
Who's the Filipino here?
That would be me. You know what? Let me do the explaining. Okay?
He is more Filipino than I am.
But food's always been a big thing for us.
Even if she doesn't like Filipino food much.
I'm the only one that doesn't like Filipino.
This guy
over here
oh boy.
can eat anything.
This guy over here speaks almost perfect Tagalog.
Palagtaman ang
So that's why sometimes when I'd go out with my friends and I'm like eating the most and like being offered food, I always ate it. And people are like, aren't you full?
But don't you think that because of that, it gave you a wider range of appreciation for food?
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, you guys can go select stuff. Most people they would have no clue.
Yeah.
And if you go to people's house, you know, you're not as picky as most other people are.
Yeah, with Filipinos, food solves everything. There's a birth, there's food. There's a death, there's food. There's a food
That
for
is
everything.
true.
Someone's
Food at
sad,
the wedding.
there's food there. You take them
They
out
make
to
up an excuse to have food.
So if you guys liked this week's episode, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button because new episodes are released every Thursday. So I'm just Tazz, and
That's just it.
Thanks, guys.